What up?
Trey, this is Gosei. You're needed at once.
Screw you, I'm reading comics.
Power Rangers Super Megaforce has premiered. It must be reviewed.
I understand. I'll be right there. Go-Kai change! Can you believe I'm married? Hey guys, Trey here. It's finally here. Power Rangers Super Megaforce has premiered. Yes, that's the real name. Shut up! This is the 21st season of the series, and the one that many fans consider to be the real anniversary. The Megaforce Rangers are back, and this time they're facing, get this, an alien invasion. Geez, this planet gets invaded a lot. What's so special about Earth? You know, there's like 10 other planets in the solar system they could take out. You know, why not go and invade Jupiter? You know what? That's not a bad idea. I'm declaring war on Venus. Alright, anybody oppose? None? That's right. Hail to the king. The Rangers' mentor Gosei gives them access to super mode, which are not pirates. Don't say pirates. They're not pirate costumes, they're not pirate swords or guns or pirate ships. No, Saban Brands does not promote or associate with pirates or any of their criminal activities, so don't say pirates, okay? With these new powers, the Rangers use keys to unlock the abilities of every Ranger from the past 20 years. So with the flick of a key, they can become the Mighty Morphin Rangers, Zeo, Turbo, Time Force, SPD, Mystic Force. Older fans have been pretty critical of the show ever since Saban bought it back from Disney a couple of years ago. The show has seen a steady decline in quality of stories and character development. Last year's Power Rangers Megaforce is probably the most disliked season so far. I wrote a review of it in my blog site, darkres.com. I'll put a link in the description below. But how does Super Megaforce fare so far? I'm going to give you the awesome, the lame, and the pump. Let's start with the awesome. The show kicks off right into the action. Megaforce ended with the arrival of an alien invasion, and Super Megaforce kicks off with the attack. It was cool to see the individual Rangers facing off against the X-Borgs in dark environments like the mall and the school. Normally, the Ranger battles are in brightly lit daytime scenes, so this was a cool change of pace. It was also neat to see the Rangers show up one by one to Gosei's lair. Seeing the Rangers exhausted and divided really helped add some weight to how serious this invasion was.
The world has never seen an invasion like this.
Gosei? I know you were asleep the entire time, but might I introduce you to Astronema?
You have a front row seat to the end of your era. And the beginning of mine.
Good times. Anyway, the merging of Megaforce and Super Megaforce continues to be done surprisingly well. In Japan, the series' Go-Sager and Go-Kaiger have absolutely no connection with each other whatsoever. So it's really interesting to see Saban put these two series together, and it works really well. The reference to Megaforce elements like Vrak, the Zombats, and the missing Robo Knight are really nice touches. In fact, the disappearance of Robo Knight seems to be a continuing storyline for the season. I'm really interested to see where that's going to go. I also really like the dialogue addressing Jake's change in colors.
Am I the only one who notices that my key is the wrong color?
Jake, there's a simple explanation for that.
They almost hit the command center!
Go, Rangers! Put your new powers to use!
A little bit of a cop-out, but done in an amusing way, so I'll let it pass. The Go-Kaiger action footage is a huge plus. This episode squeezed in 2 monster battles this time instead of the usual one. Normally I would feel like it's too much action and that they're rushing through stuff a bit, but I just enjoy the action footage so much. The attitude and swagger of the Rangers when they're this season makes them seem a lot more experienced and a lot cooler this time around. The Rangers look strong and improved thanks to the footage. The Red Ranger has a slow, precise fighting style that shows he's in control at all times. The Blue Ranger looks like a skilled warrior now, and the Yellow Ranger matches Gia's more aggressive personality better this year. But it wasn't all good, so let's talk about the lame. There was way too much talking during the action scenes. They're always sprouting off one-liners or describing what they're doing or why they're doing it.
Ah! Let's switch! It will double your blasting power!
Thanks! My Super Mega Saber's all yours! Ah!
Thanks!
You gotta have the right tools for the job!
Action scenes are very visual types of storytelling, and they don't need this much narration. It's one of the basic rules of film. Don't tell me, show me. Also, how do the Megaforce Rangers know about the previous Ranger teams? We've never seen them discuss their predecessors in any way. And now suddenly they know the name of every team, their weapons, their attacks. This isn't supposed to be common knowledge. Where did they get it from? Considering how much time they spent preparing for this season last year, I'm surprised this wasn't addressed earlier. I mean, it only would have taken a scene or two of Jake saying, hey, why is Gosei making us study up on this Ranger history? Well, what do I care what a Lightspeed Ranger could do? Or even just Gosei saying like, yo, you guys need to study up on this. It may come in handy later. The school scene at the end felt really tacked on. And the emotions they were trying to get from the Mr. Furley scenes were so undeserving. Let's start off with the fact that these kids are basically rebuilding the school themselves. Why? Where are the faculty? Even if you don't show them, there's gotta be more than one teacher there. And then you've got Noah running around freaking out about Mr. Furley being missing when he's in his office the entire time. Wouldn't that be one of the first places you checked? Why was he so worried? Were we supposed to be worried? And if we were, maybe you should have brought it up earlier so we had time to care. Like when Noah was protecting the school at the beginning against the X-Borgs. You know, have a student come up and say, yo, our teacher Mr. Furley's missing. Then Noah can be like, oh shit, keep looking, I'll be back. Then he finds Furley, brings him to class, and the students stand and applaud. What? Were they worried about him too? Or are they just really pumped for science? Did no one check his office? He was standing around holding an egg for like 2 days. I did like the speech he made at the end though. I like how it tied back to the very first episode of Megaforce. I liked it so much I actually would have held it off and used it to cap off the final episode of this season so that it would have bookended the Megaforce series all the way. Also, there's a scene with Noah and this new chick like they're gonna start a romance or something. Yeah, freaking right. We don't even have time to develop the Rangers as characters. I can count on one hand the amount of minutes we spent on supporting characters last year. And you think you're gonna have time to develop a love story? Who are you trying to kid? And the fact that they're just back at school like 2 days later completely undercuts the threat of the invasion. Despite the fact that the Earth has never faced an attack like this before, the Rangers get it all under control in 2 short battles, and now everyone's back to their daily lives? What a weak-ass invasion. The Rangers don't have time for school. They should be on guard like 24/7, waiting for the next wave of soldiers to attack. At least Troy had the brains to skip school and focus on some more important matters. Alright. Now it's time to crank up the pump. Changing into past Rangers is really cool. It's awesome to see some old favorites again. And I really like the fact that they used the morphing call from that season when they change. The nostalgia factor on this season is going to be huge, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some of my favorite teams back in action. How about some Mighty Morphin Rangers back up there? Or Time Force, RPM, or how about some love for the Alien Rangers? All in all, this was a decent start to this season. Not mind-blowing, but not terrible. I'm a big sucker for old references and continuities, so just from the gimmick alone, I think I'm going to enjoy this season a lot more than Megaforce. However, it's clear that all the problems from last year are still there. They're obviously going to focus way more on action here than story, and I'm not expecting much in the way of character development. Nevertheless, this is the season Ranger fans have been waiting for. Expect a lot of references and cameos from past seasons. It may not be the best, but hopefully it'll be a fun ride. Those are my thoughts. Now I want to hear from you guys. What did you think of the premiere? Is this going to be an awesome season or one which we'll never speak of again? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed it, like the video. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you don't, I'll summon a Megazord to stomp on your computer.